Fellas, welcome back to the MK MMA podcast, episode 21, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 20 of last week and just, getting the full experience of UFC 325 on my end. I hope you guys enjoyed UFC 325 as much as I did. I mean, I had such a thrill out of that card. It was amazing all the way from the beginning to the end. That flying knee in the second round was absolutely nuts, and it just was a great build-up all the way until, the very end of the fight. I mean, the very end of the night. So, but yeah, it was just a great night overall. Watched it with the boys, won some good money, and, just enjoyed ourselves the whole night, man. So thank you guys for showing the love and the support throughout the week. I hope you guys liked, like my live reactions and everything like that. I thought it would be fun to show you guys like another side of me, just the less like serious side and, diving into just great detail and everything for the podcast side. And you could see just, the real another real side of me. Like, this is the real side of me, of course, but just a whole other look of like, how I am as a person, and I just want to find more ways of interacting with you guys. So I appreciate it. But yeah, drop it down in the comments of UFC 325, what it was out of 10, if it topped UFC 324. The main card was absolutely insane, and it could have not gone better in my opinion. So we're just gonna dive into it, give some give some reactions and breakdowns of UFC 325. I mean, and that's about it, man. I mean, I'll just go over just like the people I betted on overall. So I mean, like Teixeira versus Tuivasa. That fight was pretty nuts, honestly. It started out great in the very beginning, and then obviously like with the heavyweights getting into the later rounds, like the cardio is just, it's hard to keep it up. And Tuivasa dropped Teixeira. And I was scared, dude. Like I really thought that Tuivasa was just gonna finish it off there. I don't know how he didn't, but I mean, they didn't count as a takedown. I mean, as a knockdown, I would have, but I don't know how Tuivasa didn't finish Teixeira there. I really thought it was gonna be over, especially like when he's getting him down on the ground like that, and then you're just hammer fisting away. And Teixeira's like, he had his back pointed towards him too. So it was weird to see Tuivasa not get that finish. I mean, but like, Teixeira, he did a lot of grappling that fight, like a ton of grappling. He shot 9 times, and he only got 3 of them. He only got 3 of those takedowns out of them. I mean, he's going 33% there, but he outstroked Tuivasa the whole time as well. Outstruck him by like almost 60 strikes as well, which is nuts. I mean, to be exact, 61 strikes actually. And outstruck him by 9 significant more strikes. Teixeira really was controlling that whole fight. I did not love how much he was, trying to grapple, and, it didn't really seem like he was playing his game really, but I think he was, he had a lot of respect for Tuivasa and that knockout power he has. So I think he went in there with a good game plan and really knew what he had to do to get that win and climb up in the rankings. So props to him. Ty, I'm so sorry, man. You're one of everyone's favorites. So I want to see you bounce back. Please, give him another ranked fighter. He's still a good fighter, man, and I really think that he can still climb his way back, into the top 10 and get back to where he was. But yeah, great fight overall. Loved it. Fiziev versus Mauricio Ruffy, absolutely insane fight. I told you guys, just the first versatility of what Ruffy has, and that counter punching and him countering with his straight right was absolutely incredible. I haven't seen, a straight right like that in a long time. Getting it landed every single time, tagging him really, really hard. It really messed up Fiziev's game. He just took so much damage to the face. I think it threw off Fiziev big time. And I think Fiziev had a good game plan, but I think he was just attacking in too aggressively, I think Ruffy knew that he was going to do that, and Ruffy was just letting him come to him, Fiziev was getting him backed up towards the cage, but Ruffy just knew when to throw that right. He really used he really did just use his reach to his advantage, and he made Fiziev pay for it, and I think he just had a great game plan. Did not throw any leg kicks as much as I thought he would, but it was just a great fight. It got a performance of the night too, which is very much deserved. Like, Ruffy just went absolutely nuts, man. Landed 60 strikes, 55 of those were significant, and he got to take a knockdown on top of that too. So like, just outclassed him, knocked him out in the second round. It was just nuts. And Ruffy, welcome to the top 10, man. I'm so excited to see you, go forward in the lightweight division. It's so stacked. I mean, it's absolutely so stacked. You jump into the top 10. BSD beats Dan Hooker as well. We can transition to that, but I'm excited to see what Ruffy does in the top 10 and to see how he can go, become a potential contender for the belt in the future. So yeah, that was probably my favorite fight of the night. Loved every second of it, and it was just a masterclass. It was just the art of striking there, and I loved it. So. Awesome. BSD versus Dan Hooker. I have mixed opinions about this fight. BSD whooped his ass, to say the least. He did. But I've never seen someone like Dan Hooker struggle against someone that had the most obvious shoots, the most obvious takedown attempts ever. BSD, he shot 9 times and only took him down twice. So Dan Hooker, I guess, had good takedown defense, but dude, it was so obvious when BSD was shooting, and the fact that Dan Hooker got taken down was just, I don't know, kind of not embarrassing, but just it was just bad, honestly. And it looked like Dan Hooker was just not really ready for this fight. He needs to work on his ground game too if he's not going to have the best takedown defense to keep the fight on the feet, especially in the lightweight division against these great fighters, But BSD just dominated him, outstruck him by almost 120 strikes. It was just absolutely nuts, and the ground and pound that BSD did was great. That's what helped him get damage on Dan Hooker, cut him up, really made him vulnerable and helped him win the fight. I thought BSD, it's just not going to cut it in future fights, just him shooting without explosiveness. I did say that the BSD was going to throw punches to the head and to the body and then shoot on him, try to mix it up, and he did, but I think it was just super obvious. He really telegraphed when he was going to do it. And so I think once he just cleans that up, doesn't try to, what's the word? He's not trying to force it. When he's not trying to force those takedowns while mixing it up, I think he'll be super successful. He will learn how to be patient. He will learn how to be comfortable on the feet, and then when he knows when he needs to take him down, he will do that. I just felt like he was forcing his takedowns a lot, but I was happy to see the finish. I was happy to see BSD win that as well. He was he was one of my locks. Him and Teixeira were both of my locks, but I went 4 for 4 on the night too. So it was really good to see BSD win that. Welcome to the top 6, BSD, and can't wait to see who you fight next, man. Then obviously Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. I told you guys it was just going to go the same as the last fight, and it went even better than the last fight. Volk, his counterpunching and his overhand right was just on point. It was the best I've seen from Volk in a long time with his counterpunching and his overhand right. He stunned Lopes a bunch of times and, almost got those knockdowns. Volk was just controlling this fight too, and I thought Volk did a really good job on taking him down. He went 2 for 7, but I just think that he did a really good job of when he got him down, the ground and pound was insane. He was doing a really good job of just opening him up and just making him deal with the pain when he got him to take him down. And Volk was just controlling this whole fight. It just seemed like it was like the ball was in his court the whole time, and Volk just did what Volk needed to do. He just did Volk, and it was just awesome. I loved it. Volk's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Comment in the section down below if you think Volk is the greatest featherweight of all time, because he now has he is tied with Jose Aldo for the most title fight wins of all time in the featherweight division. And seeing that, I just think with who everyone Volk has beaten and tying Jose Aldo, who is a Hall of Famer and is considered one of the best featherweights of all time, I think Volk is just now the best featherweight of all time for the UFC, in my opinion. But yeah, it was a great fight. Diego Lopes showed a lot of heart. I think there's just more to his game that he needs to work on. He did go 2 for 5 on takedowns, which I liked to see out of him because he didn't shoot against him in the last fight. And Diego Lopes is a great grappler. He's really good, and he is well experienced in that. And I think he needs to use that more to his advantage to mix up the fights that he's had, and that he will have in the future. So back to the drawing board for Diego. He'll be back very quickly, in my opinion. I think him and Volk are neck and neck, and the top two in the featherweight division. I mean, obviously there's Murphy and Evilov, but and those two are fighting too, which is awesome. I think that needed to happen to see who will fight Volk next. So, but yeah, great UFC 325. I'm so happy about it, and can't wait. Can't wait for what's next. We got the next numbered card is Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. That's going to be insane for the BMF belt. I am pumped for that. So, anyways, that's it for the UFC 325 breakdown. Let's jump into the UFC Fight Record popping up right here as usual. And fellas, perfect 4 for 4. Perfect 4 for 4 on the weekend. I was so pumped for that. I was going fucking crazy on my Instagram about it, dude, and all my platforms. I had a great time out of it, and I won all my buddies' money. We all won like over $150. It was just great. Well, I'm 26-14 now, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to keep doing that, and I'll jump into for the UFC Fight Night this weekend with Mario Bautista versus Oliveira. That's going to be awesome. But I'm just going to give you guys 3 picks for those fights. And what I'm going to do is just going to be Almeida, his fight. I'm going to take Almeida, man. And I'll jump into him afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to take Almeida for his heavyweight bout. I don't know why he's fighting an unranked fighter. I do not know much about this guy. He's from the Dana White Contender Series. Is it his first fight or his second fight? Okay, he lost to Curtis Blades by split decision, that's pretty tough to do. So, taking Curtis Blades all the way to decision is nuts, and making that being split shows that this guy could be the real deal. But I'll take Almeida in this one, just money line, of course. And then we got Albazi. He just came off a loss versus Moreno. He beat Kai Kara France before that. This guy that he's fighting, I think Albazi he's a very well-balanced fighter. He has 5 knockout wins, and then he has 9 submissions. He has 9 first-round finishes. I just think he'll be too much. So give me Albazi as well. Because he's 17-2. He's not gonna lose 2 fights in a row, man. So, and then we got Mario Bautista versus Oliveira. Oliveira, he has 4 fights in the UFC. He is 4-0 in the UFC. Mario Bautista, just came off a loss versus Umar. Dropped Umar, though. See, that's like the 4th episode in a row. I've now brought that up. But, it's going to be a good fight, and I think this is a great fight night card coming off, back-to-back, numbered card weekends. But, I think Oliveira is the real deal. He's young. He's hungry. He's very versatile. He can do everything. He has 16 wins by knockout and 2 by submission, and 14 of his 23 wins have came in the first round. And I just think Oliveira is going to win this fight. He looks good in every single fight he's had in the UFC. So give me Oliveira. So yeah, I'm really pumped for this, and I'll break this down after this segment. But yeah, give me Almeida, Albazi, and Oliveira for this weekend. And then you know what? You guys can do it. You guys don't have to, but hey, 26-14. So these are all free picks too, so do your thing. But yeah, we'll cut that out. But yeah, let's just break it down real quick. So Almeida versus, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. Sorry, I probably should know how to pronounce his name. But, I think Almeida is just going to be too much for him, man. And, he's just such a big grappler for a heavyweight as well. He has 16 wins that come in the first round. And then he has 13 submissions, and then he also has 8 knockouts. Like, this guy can do everything. And I think coming off his Volkov loss that recently, that he knows he's going to have to do more than just sit on the guy when he's taking him down and just lay on him. I think he's probably going to get a finish out of this. I think he's either submission or knockout. I just know that, the judges were like, hey, we're done with your bullshit. If you're just going to take this guy down and lay on him, and who cares if you get 8 freaking takedowns and the guy's outstriking you, we're going to give it to that guy because that's what they did with Volkov. And, they're done with Almeida's bullshit, and it's a heavyweight just laying on top of him, and you're not dealing any damage. I think Almeida's just going to take him down, really open him up, and then if it stays on the feet, Almeida he has that tool bag to be able to, get it done. He has 16 first-round finishes, which is crazy, and that's out of his 22 wins. I mean, that's just absolutely nuts. I think Almeida is going to be too much, and he's just going to get the job done at the end of the day, so we're rooting for him. All right, and then Albazi. I just said that he's coming off a loss against Brandon Moreno, and he just beat Kai Kara-France before that. Albazi is ranked number 6. He's fighting the number 8 guy in the flyweight division. I mean, Albazi is 17-2, and he can do everything as well. He has 9 wins by submission and 5 wins by knockout, which is absolutely nuts. And I think he's like he's probably the most well-balanced fighter on this card, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about this Albazi fight, because I think this is a very underrated fight, and I love that it's the second to last fight of the night. But, he's 17-2. Guys that only have 2 losses or, none or 1, they don't lose that much. There's no way they lose two fights in a row. And I think Albazi is he's that well-balanced and that versatile that he will get this job done and, maybe could come out with a finish as well. I just think he'll be too much. And, if it stays on the feet or if it goes to the ground, the ball's going to be in his court the whole time. So, yeah. Give me Albazi. Rooting for you, man. Hope you get the job done and see you back in the win column. Comment below who you guys think is going to win. But, yeah, I'm excited for that flyweight fight and seeing that division, pick up again. All right, so we got the main event, Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I'm really pumped. I'm actually really excited for this fight. Mario Bautista, he's made some noise in the past, 3 fights he's had. He just lost to Umar, but he dropped him and showed some heart in that fight. He beat Patty Mix, which, he was a disappointment. Patchy Mix, my apologies. I said Patty. What am I doing? Mario Bautista beat Patchy Mix, which obviously was a disappointment, but for Mix, him coming into the UFC, but Mario Bautista just outclassed him. He beat Jose Aldo back in 2024 by a split decision. He's not finishing guys or anything like that, but he's really good on the feet. And if the fight stays on the feet the whole time, it could be trouble for Oliveira. But also Mario Bautista has 6 wins by submission as well, and then he has 3 wins by knockout. So that's 9 of his 16 wins, coming from finish. And it just shows that if wherever this fight's going to go to on the ground or on the feet, it's going to be competitive the whole way through. And, Oliveira only has 2 wins by submission, but I think he's still pretty comfortable when it goes to the ground. But, I mean, god dang, man, he has 16 wins by knockout. And the fact that Mario Bautista can't finish people kind of scares me a little bit. And for how young and good Oliveira's looked in all of his 4 fights in the UFC, I just think he's going to be able to take this home. And he's also pretty experienced as well. He's fought 26 times, only lost 3 as well. So I think Oliveira has what it takes to put away Mario Bautista. I think that the fight will stay on the feet a lot, and what Mario Bautista's game plan should be is probably to take him to the ground and maybe let him back up, mix it up a little bit, and then take him back down again. Just keep throwing him off this game. Don't let him ever get comfortable on the feet. But, I think Oliveira is going to do a good job of keeping the game, of keeping the fight to where he wants it to be, and he has. But Mario Bautista is his biggest test. And this is just a great fight for the bantamweight division. If Oliveira wins, he's going to be ranked number 9. And it's going to be super awesome to see who he'd fight next after that. So, I'm gonna like I said in the fight record, I'm gonna go with Oliveira, but it's gonna be a really great fight. I think we're gonna see the true art of MMA. We're gonna see all aspects of it during this fight, and those are the type of fights I love the most, and I can't wait for it. And it's at the UFC Apex. That kind of sucks, but I think Oliveira has what it takes to put him away, keep him on the feet, just watch the takedown attempts, and use your distance and everything to be able to let this fight go your way. I mean, they're the same height, but Oh my God, he doesn't have the reach advantage. Well, all right, we'll flip that to Mario. Oliveira is a lot longer than I thought it was a lot longer than that. But anyways, yeah. But it should be a good one. Really rooting for Oliveira here. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below if you think Mario Bautista, is too well experienced, been in too many battles and will put Oliveira away. Or let me know if you think Oliveira's just too young, too hungry, and just like too strong and fast and everything to put away a vet like Mario Bautista. It'll be a great UFC fight night, our first UFC fight night on the Paramount Plus deal. All the number cards have blown me away so far. I've never seen back-to-back UFC cards been that good on back-to-back weekends before. It's absolutely nuts, so I love it, and it's going to be great. But yeah, anyways, we are going to jump into the MMA pound-for-pound rankings, pop them up right here as usual. It's the same. Nothing has changed here. I have been very hesitant to take out Shavkat in this pound-for-pound ranking. The only reason why is just because he's out for 9 more months, and I can't keep a guy that's out for 9 more months in the pound-for-pound rankings, but I'm going to keep him in here just because of, I love Shavkat a lot, and he's a great fighter, and we all know he is. He's a beast. There's no other way to describe it. If you put him in right now, if he wasn't hurt against the top guy, or him versus Islam for the belt, that would be crazy. Don't think he would beat Islam, but a guy, any other guy other than Islam, Shavkat has everything in the tool bag, to beat anyone, and I strongly believe in that. But I'm just gonna keep him for this week. But yeah, I didn't move Volk to number 5 just because he fought Diego Lopes on his back-to-back. It wasn't a guy that was in the pound-for-pound rankings, or it wasn't a guy that's who's been a champion or has all that resume to get him to jump over Peter Yan, because Peter Yan beat Merab. So, but yeah, I think I might mix some things up next week. Maybe consider more of Volk going up, and maybe consider taking out Shavkat as well. But I needed more time to think about it from Saturday, because we're filming on Monday right now, and so just needed more time to think about it rather than give myself a short day and a half to really put it together. So, but yeah, that's it for the MMA pound for pound rankings. But guys, that's pretty much it I got for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 21. I can't wait to see this UFC fight night for the Paramount Plus deal for the first time. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think about UFC 325 out of 10 as usual. But guys, I appreciate the love and support. Thank you guys so much. You guys are helping me grow my page, and I hope the content I'm giving you is well worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep grinding, keep going. We got some big things planned ahead. I'm trying to get some deals in here, but we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get Joao and Carter and do a little 3-person podcast episode here soon. I know you guys would love that, and that would be probably the most fun episode I would ever do personally as well. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring that damn bell, and I can't wait to show you guys what's next. Do the next episode, keep pushing out the platform. But other than that, fellas, that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.